fast forward ngayon tayo, Admiral Trinidad, dun sa pangyayari. Siyempre, marami nang nag-usap-usap tungkol doon sa mga water cannon. Tapos nung nagkabanggaan yung dalawang barko ng China. Tapos ngayon, meron yatang boarding attempts at saka ramming pa. Ano po bang gagawin ng Philippine Navy or ng Armed Forces diyan?
Yun. In the past, all of their actions, we call them gray zone tactics. Meaning to say, neither black, neither white. So they operate on that thin line. The problem by calling it as gray zone, tayo mismo, sir, we don't know how to adjust to that. Because we have branded or defined it that way. Today, we call them as ICAD. Their illegal presence, their coercive and aggressive actions, and their deceptive messaging. And all of these are illegal. So yung presensya pa lamang sa loob ng ating EEC, illegal na yon. Yung actions nila, which are actually all of these are below the threshold of conflict. They will not fire the first shot, but they will do actions to push us to fire the first shot. It is very Chinese war-fighting thought in nature. The acme of skill, sabi ni Sun Tzu, is to win without fighting. So they will show na malakas kami, marami kami pwersa, but they will push us na tayo una ang puputok.
Ulitin ko lang, Admiral Trinidad, ano nga uli yung ICAD?
Illegal,
Illegal,
coercive, aggressive, and
aggressive,
deceptive.
and deceptive.
Yun. So, eto mga ICAD activities nila, if you notice, in the past 2 years, nag-escalate ito. Laser pointing, water cannon, nudging, ramming. Kasama ito sa nangyari noong August 11. Coercive and aggressive actions against our Coast Guard ship.
So given that it's a gray area or gray zone, and then it's not clearly defined how the AFP will respond, how would you think the Philippines should respond to these routine patrol activities near Bajo de Masinloc?
Yun. Alam mo sir, very clear yung ang guidance ng ating Secretary of National Defense. We need to be there. First and foremost. Yung ating comprehensive archipelagic defense concept means that up to the outer fringes of our exclusive economic zone and even our extended continental shelf, dapat ang AFP, ang DND may presensya. So what does this mean? Sa hanay ng Philippine Navy, we need better ships, bigger ships that could sustain longer periods of patrol sa karagatan. For the Air Force, they need more aircraft to be there longer. We need more ground-based sensors, radars, to detect over the horizon. Yun ang ano doon. And to be able to call out their coercive and aggressive action, we first need to know nasaan sila at anong ginagawa nila. Yun naman ang thrust natin sa modernization.
So far we just monitor but do not provoke any kind of parabang direct interaction between the two forces.
Our posture is, number one, we are non-provocative. We are non-aggressive. It's all defensive in nature. Wala tayong inaangkin na hindi sa atin. Pinapanindigan lamang natin. Ito, I would like the mga sumusubaybay sa inyo, sir, to be able to understand this. We are non-provocative, non-aggressive. It's all defensive. Even the modernization. The Commander-in-Chief has been very clear about that. So, and our actions have to be within the bounds of international law. Pag ginagawan tayo ng illegal na action, coercive action, aggressive action, we will not reply according to that. Sapagkat coercive and aggressive at illegal yon.
Pero are you not fearful, Admiral Trinidad, that there might be a time when, due to all of these ICAD activities, the provocation will work and then may mangyayari na hindi sana mangyari? Are we ready and prepared to engage China?
First and foremost, with so many moving parts, sir, there could be a simple incident, unintended, that would bring us all into a downward spiral. What do I mean? Yung August 11, kung tinamaan, assuming, for discussion's sake, kung tinamaan yung barko natin,
Yung sa atin.
yung Coast Guard vessel Suluan, it would be a totally different story. So, we have been always calling out the other side to stop their coercive and aggressive actions. Kasi pag may mangyari nito, we will get sucked in. Now, halimbawa may nangyari, we have appropriate contingencies in place. Yung AFP, Navy, Air Force, Army, GHQ, DND, even the other government agencies, BFAR and Coast Guard.
Looking back at that collision on August 11, was it really by accident or did China actually prevent one of its vessels from colliding with ours? Ano ba storya dun, sir?
Let me answer this way. The bigger issue there is their illegal presence and their coercive and aggressive action. Why do I say that? Hanggat may illegal na presensya sila, may coercive and aggressive action sila, that could happen again in the future. It may be intentional or not intentional, but what will happen in the future hanggat ginagawa nila yan, the potential is always there.
But in your many years in the Navy, sir, you think that, kumbaga sa piloto sa Air Force, pilot error eh. Ito ba captain error na nagkabanggaan sa pagkalalaking karagatan?
That was captain's error on their part. Ang sa atin naman, bravado, lakas ng loob. Kasi yung kapitan natin, si Joe Mark Angge, ano naman to? Veteranong CO ito, veteranong Coast Guardsman ito. So, it was a deciding moment for him. Split-second decision na naiwasan niya yung malaking barko.
So, sir, in 2 days ago, you have this MMCA with Japan, Australia, US. But at the same time, hindi ba nag-i-intensify na rin, sir, yung mga military drills ng PLA Navy in that area? Hindi po ba kaya, kumbaga sa kakagirian-girian natin dalawa, magkakaroon talaga ng banggaan?
Yeah, yun ang, number one, yun ang ayaw natin mangyari. That's why we have always been bringing out the message, keep your actions within the bounds of law. Now, MMCA, for every MMCA we conduct with foreign partners, foreign navies, may kaukulang messaging ang Chinese Communist Party that we are inviting outsiders and we are disrupting the peace in the South China Sea. Maliwanag naman yung sinabi ng ating SND. Our actions are all defensive in nature, not designed against any particular country, but designed to improve the capability of the AFP, the Navy, the Air Force, the Army, and Joint Headquarters. So yung kanilang malign messaging, misinformation, disinformation, malinformation, is designed to justify their illegal presence in our EEZ and casting us or showing us the world na tayo ang mali by bringing in other navies.
So do I understand, Admiral Trinidad, that the tipping point, so to speak, would be kung the moment may masaktan na Pilipino sundalo or
Marami
masira,
nasaktan, sir. The moment may mamatay.
mamatay.
Kung
That's the only time we will, kumbaga,
Yung nasaktan, marami na
laban na.
nasaktan. Marami na napuyat, marami na nahilo sa dagat. When we say it's the guidance of the Commander-in-Chief, that's a red line. Although it's a policy statement, the AFP has the appropriate strategy to address, to implement whatever happens in the event that may mangyaring ganon.
So okay lang if one of our sailors or Navy personnel would be hurt or mapilayan or ma-injure, basta hindi papatay, okay lang tayo, sir?
Hindi tayo okay doon. But what I'm saying is the red line or the line that you should not cross. Because the moment it is crossed, yun na ang maging template and normal. The death of a Filipino, that would change the equation. And ano man ang policy guidance by then, if ever it happens, the AFP is prepared for that.
Okay. So, sir, what do we expect, let's say, from September until the end of this year? What should we expect in terms of the activities, both from the armed forces and from the PLA Navy in that area of the world called West Philippine Sea?
Yun, number one, from their perspective, from their side, if we base it on history, I would say that they would still be there. Their presence would still be illegal within our EEZ. Their actions, although sometimes, if we graph it, sometimes tahimik, sometimes coercive and aggressive, it would still be there. Most importantly, their malign or deceptive messaging, that would still be there, telling the world na tayo ang mali at sila ang tama.
Meron tayong pang-kontra dun, sir. If
Meron
they
tayong
have that
pang-kontra
Chinese narrative, what are our countermeasures to combat that disinformation, misinformation?
Yun. So from the side of the PLA Navy, that's what I expect until December. On the side of the AFP, sahanay naman siya ng AFP. Number one, we will continue our posture of being there in the West Philippine Sea. Our persistent presence because we might lose by default. Secondly, yung ating actions will all be within the bounds of law. Thirdly, you could expect yung fighting spirit, yung determination ng Filipino soldier to secure and protect what is ours. Hindi magbabago yon. Now, going sa sinabi mong how do we address the malign influence, the AFP has a communications plan which is called MULAT or Awakening or probably Awareness, which we are disseminating to the lowest level, to the grassroots level, para maintindihan nila ng mga taong bayan and even the international community. Number two, for every activity that we do, we have an appropriate message released to the public, telling them what is happening, what we are doing. Number three, for every malign message released by the Chinese Communist Party, we address it immediately. Number four, we give out the facts as they are without walang halo, walang bahid ng we don't diminish the truth. When you speak the truth, you don't need any alignment. Sino man ang magsabi, Navy, Air Force, Army, BFARBA, Coast Guard, if you stick to the truth, pare-parehas kayo. Yun ang ginagawa natin to be able to address malign influence.